Hi guys, it is Jenny James from the Writing Secrets class. Today's lesson is lesson number 9, Destiny. Okay, so first off, I have some exciting news. Some really crazy, fun, exciting news. And those of you who follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you've already heard this. And those of you who saw my little update that kind of snuck in there on Wattpad, then you may have seen this as well. But I thought I would tell everyone else. So, right now, I am having a film producer look at all 6 of the Jane Austen diaries, the whole series, not just one book, all of them. And if he decides to option them, then what will happen is he said that he would like me to be completely involved in the series and oversee the whole thing, which because he believes if you're gonna take a book to film, then you really want the author involved to make sure that everything's correct. So how cool is that, right? I mean, like, I'm kind of like skizzle-script. Okay, I totally am. But I thought I'd pass on the good news. That's all I'm allowed to tell you. I can't tell you anymore. There's a lot more things I wish I could tell you, but I can't. But, okay, so on to today's lesson. What I've decided to do is answer a couple of questions, because I realize that even though section structure is really good, and even though it really helping you guys learn about writing a story, sometimes these questions that you guys are asking me are the best things that you can answer for a writer. So for these writing secrets today, I'm going to answer 2 questions. First off, the first one is, a lot of you are asking me if you should continue. You're saying your friends are kind of making fun of you, or your family doesn't really agree with it, or whatever's happening in your life, and you're like, I don't even know if I should continue. And this is my response. Okay? First off, writing is not bad for you. This is only good for you. There is nothing bad about writing a book at all. Actually, it's a proven fact that when you write a book, your IQ jumps, as in leaps. Okay, so you become more intelligent. You become more, and then when you're working on dialogue, when you're writing about stories, where you're getting into the feelings and stuff, that just makes you a better communicator. It gives you more confidence because you're actually finishing something. Okay, you're actually doing something. You're becoming more intelligent by the minute. Every single day you sit down and write, it just creates the brain activities and gets them flowing. Your imagination jumps leaps and bounds as well. And not only that, but you're also this is going to help you more in school. It's going to help you be able to study. It's going to help you learn just way faster than your other classmates that aren't continuously using their brain like this. This cannot hurt you. Writing is in no way bad at all. Okay, so if you're thinking to quit, I suggest that unless you just totally hate it, then okay, if you hate doing it, then don't force yourself. It's not worth it. But if you love it, then do it. Don't listen to what people say. I had a lot of people tell me I couldn't do it and I shouldn't do it, and I'm a published author now. So don't listen, okay? The second thing a lot of you are asking me is, you're asking me if you how I got published. Well, that was a really long road. I know you saw me on Wattpad and then immediately I'm published. Actually, I'd already signed with my publisher when we found out through Wattpad that a girl had put Pride and Popularity up on the site and had called it Resisting Taylor, and she actually stole it chapter by chapter, and that's because I had it up on ebook very briefly on Smashwords, and she had got it then, paid 99 cents and got the book and then put it up on on Wattpad as her own. It was really awesome. But no, what happened? This is how I got published. In 2008, I started writing a book. Now, can you imagine if I actually started writing at 13, how much better I would have been? Oh, that goes back to the first question. Let's see how many books I would have written. Do you know how far I could have gotten? I was 31 when I started writing. I'm 34 now. Oh my gosh, I can imagine starting writing as a teenager. I would be so amazing now. It would be awesome. So, okay, so one thing that you need to realize about me, and I may have covered this before, but just in case you haven't heard it, I don't quit anything that I start. If I'm going to start something, and I really think about it for a long time, but if I'm going to start something, I finish it. Period. I refuse. I do not have time. I'm a mom with a whole lot of children. I do not have time to put hours into something that isn't going to be anything. That's just there. I have got to, especially a project like writing a book. I wasn't going to start Pride and Popularity unless I knew in my heart that I would do everything it took to get it published, because just writing for myself, I didn't have the time. And so I was going to learn how to craft this book and how to make it better, and I knew I didn't know how to write. Now, a lot of you know that my favorite author, Judith A. Lansdowne, helped me out a lot, and she did. She took that first chapter and she dissected it, and it was so awful and so embarrassing, but I didn't ask her to do any more, and I would never ask her to do more than that, because I knew she didn't have time. She's a busy grandma, she has a life, but for me, I needed to learn from that. So I took that first chapter and learned. And then at that point, I went everywhere. I went on every online source I could find. I didn't have money. I was living in England, and I have all these kids. And so I just used online to find out everything. I joined online groups that I helped. I mean, that helped me out so much. They even taught me how to write a query. The query letter is the letter that you write to find an agent, and I did find an agent. I got one in New York, but this query has to be really amazing. It has to really sell you and sell your book, because an agent will read 100 to 200 query letters a day on their lunch break. Just, it's what they have, or right after work. So they're just going through boom, 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 and unless it catches their attention, unless it's amazing, they're not going to request your book. So I had to learn. I sent out 50 queries. Now, it wasn't until the last 20. The first 30 all came back as negatives, no thank you. And I knew the Jane Austen Diaries series was something that would sell. I knew it was something that would, that they should be excited about. They should be wanting. So I knew the problem was with my own query. And so not only did I learn how to write the book, and I worked and worked and worked to perfect that, and I went through 10 rewrites of my book, completely making it as perfect as I can. Then I went and started querying, and to get 30 rejections was really, oh my gosh, it was so hard. But I was like, okay. So I just kept changing my query letter and kept changing it until I presented myself, basically sold me and my book the best way I could. And then the last 20 I sent out, six of those agents came back, and I knew my query was good. When 6 come back and say, hey, we're really interested, either send us a partial or the full. And a partial is the first 50 pages they ask for, or a full is the whole entire manuscript. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I sent out to the agents, and then the one that I picked was amazing. She was totally awesome and wonderful, and she loved my story, and she got what I was trying to do, and she loved my vision and my passion. And so we worked together, and then she tore Pride and Popularity up. Oh my gosh, I bawled when I first went through her edits. I mean, I just sat there and cried and cried and cried. I was so upset that so many things had to change, and she didn't like so many things, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was just crying, and I was like, I can't do this. And I actually had to walk away. I had to step away from my computer. I had to step away and breathe. And I came back a few hours later, and then I read it again and went, okay, let's just start changing. And I just did. And then I went through 6 more edits with her. 6 more edits with her. Then the book went around to publishers and everything, and then at that point, we'll just fast forward a few years, and then now we're to my publisher. My editor also had me revise it quite a few times, and we went through, and I had revised it a few times more on my own before this publisher, because some of you knew I had another publisher, and now I've just gotten this one. So it's been through a lot. It's been through, actually, I believe this is the 21st revision for Pride and Popularity from the past 3 years, okay? 3 years it's gone through so much. Now, those first 10 were all from friends and family and anyone who was like, hey, I want to read your book. I never asked anyone who was too busy. I always asked the people who were willing to swap with me, and that's what I did. If I read their story, and I sent it to them through email, and then they read mine, and then we gave our critiques back to each other, and I did that. I kind of did that with a few friends, and I have my little critique group, and that really helped me, and they really opened my eyes to things that I could change about Taylor and Chloe and make it better. So that's how I got published. I mean, it took a lot of work. It wasn't just something that was overnight and like sparkles and excitingness. It will take work for you guys, but It's so rewarding. It is so worth it in the end. And yeah, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to keep learning, and you're going to have to keep learning, and you're going to cry. I think at one point when I got like my 30th rejection from agents, I just sat down on the floor next to my chair, and I just put my head on my chair, and I just started crying and crying, going, I can't do this. This is so hard. And it was so overwhelming at points. But you learn little by little. You stick to it, and you just do it, and you do it, and you do it, and then you're gonna be successful. Now I have a motto that is on my wall. I don't know if you can see. Let me pull it up past my piano. Okay, do you guys see that? I don't know if you guys see that up there. It says, "Believe in miracles." That is my motto. It is what I believe in every day. It's what I think about every day. Pride and Popularity is a miracle. It's amazing that it was my first book and it's published, but it was a miracle that I worked my bum off to get to happen. Okay? So, getting published isn't easy, but it's definitely worth it. It is like a job, it is a chore, but it's a really fun one, and it's really rewarding. And of course, I'm only more intelligent now, right? I mean, how many books have I written? No, I'm just do it. Don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. It is possible. Believe in miracles, okay? For your home fun assignment, what I'd like to know is what am I missing? What have I forgotten about? Give me some ideas on what I can teach and what lessons you'd like to see. I'm going to be getting pretty busy. Not this month. Next month it's still going to be okay. I think October though is going to kind of be a little bit harder. It's already filling up. So let me know. We may take a break for about 6 weeks. I may do so many, and then we'll take a break and then pick it up again. But definitely let me know what you'd like to know about what I can teach you guys for the month of September. Okay? All right. I love you very much. Have a good week. Bye.